Sup nerds, Tom here. I'm going to talk about a game called Bravo. It has an exclamation point at the end of the title, but I'm not going to say that. This is going to be a short video because this game is fine. It's a re-implementation or like a sequel to a game called Encore, or I think in other countries it was called Knock Mail or Mall or something like that. It's a roll and write game. It's also actually kind of similar to a game called Bloom, if you've ever played that. It's by Game Right, where you have a pad with a whole clump of colors on it, and you're trying to choose a number and color die combination to mark off these clumps of colors and score the most points possible. When you complete columns and complete rows is when you get points, and then there's like a couple other things, like there are stars on the map. If you mark off the stars, those are negative points. If you don't do it, you get points for completing entire colors and things like that. With this one though, the difference from Encore is actually, I think in Encore it was just the columns. I don't even think you got points for completing the rows across, but the most markedly different aspect in this one from Encore is that you have a bonus die, which is really cool. It has some special abilities, like you can mark off all of a clump regardless of the number, or you can throw like a little bomb in a 2x2 square somewhere else, also regardless of color. One of the things though on that bonus die is a heart value that, like, every time you take a heart, you increase your heart value. Like, let's say if you get your heart value to 3, every time you complete a column, not only will you get the points that you normally would get for completing that column, but you also get points equal to your heart value. So if it seems like I'm talking really fast and I'm speaking very abridgedly, first of all, we also have a review for Encore already on our channel. But again, and if this is your first time listening to Neverboard Gaming, this doesn't mean anything to you, but what I've been saying a lot recently is that there's an awful lot of roll and writes, a huge sea of them that are all in this like medium complexity. Like this one isn't as light as like a Quicks, but it's not as complex as like a Hadrian's Wall. So it's in that middle ground where an awful lot of these set. Like I think I've personally in the last year or two have played like maybe 30. And this one is fine. This one's cool. I probably do like it better than Encore because of that bonus die, and it's got a couple more things. So more mechanics will make me like a game. If two games are very similar and one has a few more mechanics in it, I'm probably generally going to go for that one. But overall, I don't think this one does all that much to separate it from what I think are like some of the really good roll and writes. Like I still think the Ganshan Clever games are really good. Actually, I just got the third one and I'm going to play that one soon. Fleet the Dice game, and now I really think Hadrian's Wall is also really high up there. But this one is, in that mid-range where it's hard, it doesn't distinguish itself from all of the others. But maybe that's not an issue for you. Maybe if you really like this, it's okay. I want to have all of those roll and writes all on my shelf, like the way that people have tons of romance novels or all of the MCU movies. Yeah, sure, it's all the same stuff. It's the exact same thing, but I like it, so why not? I eat McDonald's every day. But also, I think games should be able to stand on their own. They kind of don't, but if I were to pretend that those other roll and writes don't exist, then yeah, I would say this game is good. Fine to good, somewhere in that range. Like, it's a decent puzzle. I like trying to mark off all the colors and stuff, right? And when you can't completely fill up a clump and there's one, when am I going to get a 1 and a green combination next to each other, again, so I can mark that off? I don't know, that's a little risky. You can, when you draft, you can really block other players. Like, you could force someone to have to pick a wild, and they can only pick so many wilds. So not only are they using one of their wilds, but maybe they're all out of wilds, so they can't. So you're forcing people to pick nothing. That's pretty cool. I do really think the bonus die is super cool. But that heart value, the reason why I brought it up specifically before is it's cool and it's neat, and it's like a totally different new way to get points. But it's also, I don't know, I think it's kind of difficult to pull off. Like, you have to spend, because choosing the bonus die is another thing you have to spend. You have to have circled the bonus die on the little sheet in order to choose it. So choosing the heart value, you're foregoing doing other things, and you're getting heart value up. And it seems like, then you're not getting enough to fill up the whole thing. It seems like it's good if it's there, or maybe you have to go gung-ho from the very beginning and all the stars have to rely on. I don't know. It just seems like when it's heart value of 5, I highly doubt someone's going to get their heart value all the way up to 5 and use it like 3 or 4 or 5 times. Like, that's probably never going to happen. But what do I know? I didn't design the game. Anyways, I guess I'd overall recommend this game with the caveats of the things that I said before. I probably still would, if you don't have any of these and you're interested in this system with Bloom, Encore and Bravo. I'd probably say Bravo is the best one. I always have a purchase link to every game that I review in the description box down below. Also down there is going to be a link for Game Toppers. Go ahead and get yourself one of those. They're phenomenal. Regardless of what you click on in the links down there, you should definitely click on the subscribe button, because if you subscribe to our channel, you will never be bored.